In today's video, we're going to be teaching you guys how you can invest in today's Road to the Knockout stage market crash. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch for the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4 or free with Amazon Prime. You'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month. In today's video we're going to be talking about the market crash that's going to happen today, but more so what you can invest in. We're going to be talking through loads and different avenues you can go down and when you can go and sell those investments and the sort of profit you can expect. So the crash we're going to see after 6 PM is nothing new. In fact, it's a crash we see every single promo, which is why we're so prepared and we know exactly what we're going to go into. This kind of crash happens every promo, and that's because at 6 PM what there is there's promo packs, there's new promo cards that people are selling their current team for, there's SBCs, there's objectives, and there's a lot of commotion in the ocean when it comes to the transfer market. So as a result, a lot of players drop. So today's video is just going to be showing you guys loads of stuff you can go and buy that basically taking advantage of all the panic selling. Now we're going to start off with something very, very simple, and that is the likes of SBC fodder. I've had people bugging me about SBC fodder for the last few days, but I'll be honest with you, again, it is going to drop with the likes of Friday. Now, how SBC fodder is going to react, if I bring up paint quickly, is this is basically what's going to happen with the fodder. So right now it is relatively expensive, but what will happen on Friday is it will drop. Now, if we don't actually get a good SBC on Friday 6 PM or Saturday SBC 6 PM or even Sunday SBC, it will continue to drop, but what it will do is it won't drop at a rate higher than what it is now. As in, right now fodder will go from, let's say 85s will go from 4k to maybe 3.2k, but then maybe they'll drop a few hundred coins every day we don't get a well-demanded SBC. Well, what happened in last year is we got Benacer, so we saw fodder do really, really well. We got Benacer on the Saturday, if I'm not wrong. I believe there was also another SBC on the Wednesday, so we also saw it do quite well. But yeah, so the first thing you can go and invest in is going to be fodder. Now I've had a lot of people saying, oh, 83s are discard, should I buy 83s? Not really, because SBC fodder works like a train. And how a train works, a train with a lot of slack. How a train works is one carriage is not going to go forward unless the carriage in front of it goes forward, right? Because it's all like connected. But what it is basically, there is like a theoretical slack line. So basically what has to happen is 84s have to go up a few K before 83s can be used, just because 83s wouldn't be good value for money. So a lot of people ask me, should they go and buy 83s because they're discard, even asking should I go and buy 84s because they're near discard. Now, the fodder that did the best when we got ourselves De Bruyne, Kane and co last week was the 85s, 86s and 80s, actually ignore me, it was 86s, 7s and 8s. And this is because this fodder is a lot less common than 85s and 84s. There's a lot more 85s and 84s in this game in terms of on the market than 86s, 7s and 8s, which is why 86s, 7s and 8s did so well. So what rating fodder do I recommend buying? If I'll be honest with you, it is 86s, 7s and 8s, just because we do know that this fodder is rare. Now one thing I would also say is that there is a lot more fodder because EA increased goalkeeper price ranges, but I wouldn't worry too much because we should get some well-demanded SBCs. Now, when would we be looking to buy this fodder? Now, I would recommend looking to buy this fodder late evening on the Friday, if not very early morning on the Saturday. Depends which one works for you. This is just consistently the cheapest time to go and buy fodder. I think it's like the accumulation of packs being opened and then there not being anyone cares about building SBCs late evening Friday. So again, you've got late evening Friday, it's anywhere from about 10 PM, 11 PM, midnight local time. If not, you got early morning, we're talking like 6, 7, 8, 9, well, as early as you wake up if you can't go and buy at night. And again, I'd look at going and buying 88s, 87s and 86s. Now, when are you going to go and sell these cards? So basically what happens through the week is we have an accumulation of demand on fodder, aka, let's say to start it off, we have one SBC. And because of this one SBC, fodder at the beginning is 5k, right? But this first SBC will make it go up to 6.5k. Now this first SBC is not going to expire till Friday. So in theory, it should hold at least 6.2. Let's say it goes up with a hype and then back down again. Well, then there's an SBC later in the week and it goes up to 7k. We're on, let's say, a Tuesday right now. And then we get to the last day, we get to Thursday 6 PM content, and there's yet another SBC, and they go up to 8k. Now, fodder doesn't really get too heavily supplied until Thursday's Division Rival Rewards, Thursday's marquee matchups, and then obviously Friday when all the SBCs normally expire and we get promo packs. So if you want to play it the safest, I would go and sell Wednesday after 6 PM content. If you want to gamble, you can sell Thursday after 6 PM content. Although what we say is this week literally proved that if you are going to go and gamble, and gamble that we get something on Thursday, the peak was higher here, but what we can see is yesterday they went from 16k all the way down there to 14k. They have rebounded since, but we can see that there was a substantial drop. We can also see that there was a drop. No, ignore me. But yeah, so you'd go and buy late evening Friday, Saturday morning, and then go and sell on the likes of Wednesday after 6 PM content. So that is the first avenue. Very, very basic, very, very simple. The second avenue we can go for is going to be Evo players. Now, the idea is obviously with the full release on Friday, there will be demand for people who go and do the evolutions. On top of that, you'll still have people who didn't do them last week, and people play FIFA a lot more on the weekend than they do midweek. Therefore, what we should expect to see with the Evo players is a little bit like what we've seen here, where we get to 6 PM on Friday and they crash. But what they do the following days, they rise because people do Evos. We see this happen all the time. Here we go, we see them go from 11k, but we see them rebound because people are still doing Evos. So what we're looking for is we're looking for the players who are very commonly used. And when are we going to go and buy these players? Now I'm going to use this phrase of we're going to buy them when they stop dropping. It will probably be about 8 PM, 9 PM, but the reality is it could be half an hour. If let's say he went from 6k to 4k in the first half an hour of Rttk packs coming out because there's so many packs opened, then you'd probably look at buying him there, or again when he stops dropping. So again, it can literally be anywhere from 6:30 to about 9. Sorry for the vagueness, but that is literally just how this sort of crash occurs. So the cards we'll be looking at would be Fatty again. The rebound you're looking for is this rise and crash every day. The crash at 6 PM and then a rise. Because it shows that yes, even though with a heavy increase in supply, there is still so much demand to put him into Evos. We then have the likes of Matip again is another card that is very heavily used. If you look at the 14-day, we see rise, crash, rise. That isn't 6 PM though. We see the crash here, but he rises. So basically, again, you're looking for crashes at 6 PM, then rebounds, and that works quite well. I believe we do have Danjuma, if I'm not wrong. The Danjuma, like Fatty and Matip, are literally two of the most optimal cards to go for. Let's see here then. Danjuma crashed at 19, then rebound up to 16. Yeah, again, he's got kind of trends, but it's no Fatty when it comes to buying Evo players. So once again, you look at buying Evo players whenever they stop dropping, anywhere from 6:30, and then you'd go and sell about 1 PM through to about 4 PM the following day. Obviously, there'll be a little bit of panic selling going into 6 PM, so it's a little bit like Icarus getting too close to the fire, I believe, where you want to try and sell for as late as possible because there's more people, playing the game later. But then you don't want to get too close to 6 PM to the point where everyone's panic selling and they go down. So 1 PM to about 4 PM, I'd say, will be the optimal time to go and sell them. And you might be able to repeat this trend, by the way, on Saturday, as in buying on the Saturday crash and then selling on the Sunday. So the next set of cards, because there's a fair few things, is buying Team of the Week 1s. Team of the Week 1s, easy for me to say, have been panic sold a fair bit as of Wednesday. Now this is a completely normal trend, but the completely normal trend is that these cards also rebound until they get replaced by a card. So for example, Doku, unless he's replaced by the Rttk Saka or the Rttk Diaz or maybe some SBC, he should rebound relatively nicely because he is one of the most used cards. Again, he's actually rebounded a little bit already, but I do anticipate him going back down again with the panic selling. Especially the likes of Lamptey, I think is good. We can see that Lamptey is down as of earlier in the week. We can see right here, he did get all the way up to, he didn't actually get up to 80k, but yeah, I guess that was only very briefly. Well, he got back down there to 70. Seems to rebound a little bit, but I do think he will drop going into 6 PM. So what you can look at doing is basically picking the most used cards here, which is Doku, Lamptey. Can I find the others? If you ever want to find the most used cards, you just go PGP. You then go version, Team of the Week 1, and then you can click on games. So you got Doku, Lamptey, Dybala, Mkhitaryan, and then there's quite a big drop off, so I'd only keep it to these 4 if you wanted to buy them. And again, you'd be looking to buy them whenever they stop dropping after 6 PM. Could be anywhere from about 6:30 through to 9 PM. And finally, the last card you can go and buy is going to be players who are favourite hit team of the week 3. So players that are favourite hit team of the week 3, they're basically players who've had good performances so far between Wednesday and now. So again, you'll have yesterday's games, which are these games. You'll have the day before's games, which are these games, and that's it really. So for example, some of the players we could already look at getting is Hasulu pulled the 2-1 over Inter. Berardi got a goal and assist. Berardi's some decent SPC fodder. So Berardi is 2 stones, 1 bird, I think is the saying. So he'd be a decent little buy when they stop dropping. We then got Napoli pulled the 4-1 over Udinese. Goal and assist from Kravenchak. He'd be not too bad to go and buy when they stop dropping. And then again, we've got yesterday's games. I don't know if yesterday's games bring anyone too good. And then you'll obviously have tonight's games. Probably by the time you can make some investments. Might be a good player from the Barca game, Dortmund. You know, some big-ish teams playing. And that is about all she wrote. What I will also say is the meta market will also rebound. I just don't think it has as high percentage rebounds as the cards I've shown you. I also think it comes with more of a risk than buying the cards that I've shown you. So I do think the market will rebound till about, well, from Friday evening through to Saturday. So that is also something you can go and do. Literally picking up any meta cards, I'd say over 20-30k, because that shows a lack of supply really. But again, it's not really something I think is so good of a trading play compared to the others. So that is what we're going to be looking to do tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.